That bullshit that the United States and Israel just pulled at the UN, that's fucked up. Y'all will feel real bad if the black soldiers lay down their arms and walk away from this shit. Fuck the consequences. What the fuck you gonna do that you ain't never done to us anyway? Let's see how far y'all are getting in these conflicts that you done got yourself in. And watch these other countries spank y'all motherfucking ass. Listen, they just had a vote at the UN recognizing that slavery was the gravest crime against humanity. These two motherfuckers voted against that shit. They don't want to recognize it because they don't want to pay the reparations. But you want a motherfucker to get on the battlefield and bleed for you motherfuckers. And then a lot of y'all wonder why black folks act like they're not bothered by this or why they don't care who's winning on this. Because we don't give a fuck. And if we do a little bit because it's for our own protection, just in case some shit hit, we trying to keep ourselves safe. You bitches don't want to recognize nothing. But you want a motherfucker to do everything for y'all. That's fucked up, man. That's some fucked up shit. Sitting over there fighting for a bitch ass country that don't even give a fuck about you. Israel, man, fuck them. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Y'all better keep y'all head on the motherfucking swivel, man, because in the middle of fucking danger, the middle of the world collapsing, these motherfuckers will still hate you in the middle of it. On a plane going down, they still will say hating shit to you. But y'all will feel fucked up if them black soldiers lay their arms down and leave y'all out there on your own. Y'all step out there, get it out the mud. Listen, that bullshit that the United States and Israel just pulled at the UN, that's fucked up. Y'all will feel real bad if the black soldiers lay down their arms and walk away from this shit. Fuck the consequences. What the fuck you gonna do that you ain't never done to us anyway? Let's see how far y'all are getting in these conflicts that you done got yourself in. And watch these other countries spank y'all motherfucking
has adopted Ghana's resolution declaring the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. During a vote at the UN General Assembly on Wednesday, 123 countries supported the resolution. 52 abstained, including the United Kingdom and European countries, while 3 countries, including the US and Israel, opposed it. The resolution, backed by the African Union and the Caribbean community, demands restitution, compensation, rehabilitation, satisfaction, and guarantees of non-repetition. What does this UN adoption mean for Ghana and Africans at home and abroad?
He did, or one of the things he did early on in his time as the acting or interim United States Attorney for the District of...
You can't see
that. What a load of absolute nonsense.
Take your eyes off the posterior of the tiny part of the world, which is the Western world.
You think that
Africa
currently
is with
most
Iran.
of the world, you think the rest of the world
America is with Iran.
You think the rest of the world
China is with Iran.
Yeah.
Russia is with Iran.
Russia, China.
All the Arabs are with Iran.
Russia, China,
Take
any
your
other
nose out of the ass
North Korea
of the tiny number of people that you think are the world. They're not the world. The world is 8 billion people.
Right.
You're speaking for the little clique that leads a tiny fraction of fewer than 1 billion of the people of the world.
So just to be clear,
you cannot see beyond the end of your nose.
As I suggested, then you want to put up as a defense for Iran that they're supported by China, Russia. Did you mention North Korea?
That's a lot of people, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But are they the kind of people, in terms of their own regimes, that we should be taking as good supporters of these benevolent people in Tehran?
You're living under Keir Starmer's regime, for God's sake. You're going to blame the British for Keir Starmer? The French are living under little Macron. When did you get the right to decide that 7/8 of the world's population cannot be considered valid because you, Piers Morgan, don't like their regimes? Listen, there's something else you didn't mention, and you must also have known about that. Unless you switch your mobile off at 10 o'clock at night, you already know that Iran is giving Israel a bloody good hiding. every single night.
It's not, though, is it?
Described it all.
It's not, though, is it?
You described it all
It's not, though.
as a wonderful military operation
as
being
always,
conducted by Israel.
let me answer you. As always, the Iranian regime has put out apocalyptic statements about this will be the annihilation of Israel and everything. It's like it did the last time. And you know what happened last time? Nothing. Nothing. They fired a few rockets and the dome dealt with them. This time they've got a few. This time they've got a few missiles have got through the dome. But the idea. Hang on. Let me finish my question. The idea that the Israeli Air Force have managed to inflict this kind of catastrophic damage on military commanders, nuclear scientists, nuclear sites, and all of this, and have control of the airwaves in Tehran. And the only response so far has been a few missiles that have got past the dome.
Missiles?
You say they've been pounding them. They've not been pounding
Have you seen
Israel.
Haifa?
They've not been pounding Israel.
You are astounded. This is something else you don't know. You didn't know about Marandi. You didn't know about the TV station.
I knew what Marandi told me.
Iran
I knew what Marandi told me.
Israel.
I knew what Professor Marandi told me.
Just to be clear, you don't know about it.
Just to be clear,
I'll tell you who I believe.
Just to be
You're
clear
asking about belief.
Just to be clear,
I believe the mayor of Tel Aviv.
Sorry, if I may finish responding to you.
Can I quote an Israeli? I believe the mayor of Tel Aviv, a former director of intelligence in the Israeli army, now the elected mayor of Tel Aviv, who says this has got to stop. We cannot win this war. That's the mayor of Tel Aviv. I can believe him.
I see
or I
zero
can believe Piers
evidence.
Morgan.
Which is supposed to be directed toward weaponization by the Biden Justice Department. There's a little phrase though.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Rakwak, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this foul captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawaka coming at you with no lesson. Today's lesson, basically, the thing here was that there is a lot of the stuff that's going down where with the whole war stuff. Apparently, war is going to be, it's an inevitability. Obviously, it was always an inevitability, but right now it's a lot closer than what we think, or than what we originally thought, because very clearly, Iran is not taking America's ish anymore. So now we see that they are acting, they are responding in kind to their aggression. Joel chapter 3 verse 10, and I know I kind of made a video on this before, but I just wanted to update with some new information. Joel 3 verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. That's basically what's going on here, where Slakia. Basically, that's what's going on here, where you have the Iranians who are saying, and also the thing about the Iran stuff is, I've been hearing so much that the Iranians are saying, okay, well, we don't care about, it's not necessarily we don't care, it's just that we don't have any beef with Jake, so you guys are fine, you're cool and all that stuff. And then, I don't know, it's just like, I feel it's kind of like stupid, like you're kind of pretty dumb to still be sticking with all this stuff, you know, in the sense of like they apparently that said, Slakia, I was listening to the other one, so let me let this play.
Treat the gravest crime against humanity. During a vote at the UN,
The country spanked y'all
has
motherfucking
adopted Ghana's resolution declaring the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. During a vote at the UN General Assembly on Wednesday, 123 countries supported the resolution. 52 abstained, including the United Kingdom and European countries, while 3 countries, including the US and Israel, opposed it. The resolution, backed by the African Union and the Caribbean Community.
So they just basically said, fuck they basically said fuck the transatlantic slave trade, basically. All right, so I think it's very clear that they said that they've shown that we do not care about what we did to the so-called African Americans or black people, whatever you want to call it. They don't care about that stuff. And then for so many, hold on, because they said in favor, 133 were in favor of, I'm trying to find what exactly was the bill that they were talking about. But let me actually see. Oh, never mind. Just basically, we understand that they said fuck the so-called African Americans, and I mean, how funny. I just know. It's like, and the thing is, I'm not even mad at this because this is what I expect. Of course, Esau is going to say that. All right. Of course, Esau is going to not do anything to right his wrong. That's not how he rolls. That's not how he thinks. That's not how he operates. He operates off of rape, rob, and murder. All right. So what did you expect? What did we expect? All right. But even then, it's just like, as the other guy was saying, he was saying how, like, why would, with the fact that they said this so openly and like in the public, why are we going over there to fight against people that don't even hate us like that? Like, what are we doing? Like, genuinely, what are we doing? All right. And you still have Jake that will go and fight for fucking Israel, for a fight for America and all this stuff. Like, they're so patriotic and all that shit. All right, like, it's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous. All right, and let's continue on. But as we read in Joel 3:10, the weak being Iranians, they're over here being roused up by the spirit of YAHAWAH to fight back against these devils. All right, and also, as a matter of fact, I was just watching this other video, which I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it, but basically, I will link this in the description so you can check it out yourself. Definitely go check it out. Definitely a good video. But basically, the thing that they were saying here is that they are trying to open the requirements for being in the military. Apparently, razor bumps, like if you have razor bumps, then that was grounds for you to get kicked out of the military, as well as some other stuff, as well as raising the age limit and stuff like that. Basically all these different things. It was a marijuana offense. So now they're saying that if someone is smoking marijuana or whatever and stuff like that, then they're allowed to join, or whatever the details are. He goes into the details in it, so definitely check this video out. I'm going to link it in the description so you can check it out yourself. But basically, they are opening up the prerequisites and for more people to join and all this stuff like that, because apparently they're not getting their best and they're not getting enough numbers and whatever. All right, so with that being said, let's continue on. 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that at the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the thing here is that we're watching this stuff that's going down, and we're seeing that, okay, that we're that much closer to the end. We're that much closer to Yahawashai's return and our deliverance. So as a result of that, all right, and this is linking up to my next video that I'm going to do, Yahawadah. The thing about this is that how we're watching all this stuff happen, and we see that this needs to happen for Yahawadah to return, as it reads in Matthew chapter 24 verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came upon him privately, saying, tell us, what shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Basically, Yahushua is telling us that, a lot of stuff is going to go down. A lot of stuff is going to be very troubling. All right, but we have to wait for the end. We have to wait for when we are inevitably delivered. All right, so these are going to be a part of it, but we still wait. We still wait to see, the decisive end. All right, as it says, he that shall endure unto the end, same shall be saved. Let me see. Bear with me one moment. I'm trying to remember. Let me just see if I can. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So when we get to the end, that's when we're going to be saved. Okay, not no early things or whatnot. So I'm doing these types of lessons, watching this type of stuff to let you know. Okay, yeah, we're just that much closer to the end. And even here, Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 34. I'm just gonna get to the point. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed and their husbands perish of famine. All right, so there's gonna be a lot of men that's gonna be put to death. All right, they're just going to die as a result of what's going on. All right. So Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. And this, you freaking hell. What's it called? This guy is definitely mad. And it's just like, and I say mad, not crazy mad, but as in like actual angry mad, because this dude is saying like it is ridiculous that you are supporting people when look at all these other countries. And that's another thing. The people, or the West or Babylon and Europe, they are so close-minded, ironically, even though they're trying to say, oh, we're the most open-minded people, this and the third and whatnot, where they say that their morals are the standards of everything. All right, their morals are the standard for everything. But then whenever anyone else has a different opinion, oh well, why would we care about what China says? Oh, why would we care about Russia? Why would we care about X, Y, and Z nation when they're terrible people or whatever, stuff like that? Well, like that is the literal opposite of open-mindedness. All right, that's number one. Number two, how is it that only? I won't say only, because obviously I don't know how many different nations support them, but if so many of these big countries, big nations openly support Iran and they say that what's it called is wrong, then how is it that we're just coming to the conclusion, oh, let's just dick ride them because they're Israel or whatever and stuff like that? Like that doesn't make any sense. All right, when so many other people are calling them out for it. All right, so many other people, and how that's not no. I'm trying to watch myself, but fuck it. That is not oppression to call someone out for being a freaking demon. All right, and that's definitely not oppression. But of course, that's what they're gonna turn it into. All right. Next, Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. All right, so even over here with what's going on, all right, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but basically get the point where they think that they're entitled to something when they're not. All right, that's where you got this pride and arrogancy. All right, so yeah, that was basically it. Just a bit of an update. I thought that this was a very good video where this guy was called out for support of a particular group, even though so many other people are calling said people out. All right, and then furthermore, for Jake to be supporting any Jake that's supportive of this, like again, it's like, why? And I'm not saying this as if I see who is actively or even if Jake is actively. There are Jakes that are actively like posting and saying, "Oh yeah, oh, Iran can't do anything. We're gonna beat Iran. We're gonna do this and the third and whatnot." They're stupid. Okay, they're stupid. But aside from them, the main thing I was just trying to point out how for you to support the nations that do not give a damn about you, it just I don't know what to say. Like there's a mental disability in your head. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH and His, by Hashem, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, above the ball, and shalom.